Hello. Today in my storytelling playlist, I'm going to talk about a funny event that happened on Christmas here in South Korea, where I live. But first, I should tell you a little bit about the history of South Korea so you can kind of get some context. Um, During the Korean War, Koreans were quite poor. That generation suffered quite a lot. So a lot of them were really, I guess I would compare it to the Depression era USA, as far as how people were like reusing things and trying to get as much out of the food as they could. And, I've heard stories that even like people ate rats. I'm not sure if that's true, but I've heard that. Well, because the U.S. Army was here, a lot of kind of low cost U.S. products like processed American cheese, spam, any kind of potted meat, that kind of thing, was always kind of useful. And sometimes they'd also put it in jjigae, which is soup. So with that in mind, I got invited to a Christmas party that was at it's kind of a rehearsal space, and it was, I would say, maybe 60 or 70% foreigners, and about the rest were Koreans. But the Koreans, were kind of more in the foreigner scene. A lot of them are musicians, or they own the practice space, things like that. They're friends. So my friend invited me, and we thought it would be quite funny, because it's kind of a running joke here about spam. Americans, I guess Americans will eat spam, but it's not like on the top of our list of what we consider proper diet, let's say. So during the holidays here, you often see kind of spam gift boxes with like 10 cans of spam in there or something. It's very, very common. So as a joke, my friend and a different friend and myself, we bought a can of spam and we wrapped it for this third friend, right? And so he was from Chicago, so we definitely knew he'd get the joke because it's definitely pretty funny. But we went to the party, and there was like a dinner, and we were all eating and stuff. And eventually, it came time to open the Secret Santa gifts, and we got him that. And he opened it, and he laughed, and it was funny or whatever. So, it was amusing. Let's just say that. But the party kept going. People were drinking wine and whatever, and it was getting a little more crazy. And eventually people started leaving and going to different places or just kind of wrapping it up. Well, we got to the point where we're about to leave, and I said to him, "Oh, don't forget your gift," because he kind of set it off to the side somewhere. And we laughed again. He's like, "Oh yeah, I wouldn't want to like lose that." So he goes start looking for it, and he can't find it. And then we're all kind of like, what? So we start looking for it too. And we look all over this place. And eventually we realize that somebody stole the canned spam. It was gone. um, so to this day, it's a mystery. We don't know who took it. And we think it is hilarious that someone actually stole it. And I've probably eaten more spam here than I've ate my entire life in America, just because it's easy to get here and it's kind of a common thing. But I thought that was hilarious, and I thought I'd share that with you for Christmas. So that is my story about South Korea at Christmas time. Anyway, if you like any of these stories, you can comment about it or like and subscribe. Also, if you want to know anything about South Korea that I might want to talk about in a future story, you're welcome to ask me a question, and I'll try my best to try to answer it. Hopefully with some kind of story, but either way, I'll figure it out. But anyway, that's all I got for today. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Take care.